Hello students, this is a class for BA Part First. We will be studying a sonnet by William Shakespeare. The title of the sonnet is When to the Sessions of Sweet Silent Thought. I am Dr. Anil Dadhij, your teacher to teach you English literature. This poem is a sonnet, and we have already discussed about sonnet in detail. Sonnet is a short poem of 14 lines written in iambic pentameter that run in a typical rhyme scheme. Shakespeare's sonnets are divided into 3 stanzas of 4 lines each, and they are called quatrains, and one concluding couplet, a stanza of 2 lines. The rhyme scheme of Shakespeare's sonnets is AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, and GG. The present poem is about the effect and importance of friendship in one's life. Friends are very precious, very important in our lives, and Shakespeare has put that in a very beautiful way in the poem. The poem is addressed to W.H., whose identity is generally decided or fixed by the critics to be the Earl of Southampton, who is a friend and patron to Shakespeare. The poem uses court language, and the phrases or the words used in court have very different kind of impact, and they are remarkable. So let us study the poem, When to the Sessions of Sweet Silent Thought. The first line is very important, it is very remarkable from this point of view also, that there is a figure of speech used in this line which we call alliteration in literature. Alliteration is actually a figure of speech when the poet uses when there is a repetition of consonantal sound in the initial position of words in a line. For example, in this first line, S word is used 3 times: sessions, sweet, silent. Here, S word is in the initial position is repeated 3 times. Session ka S, sweet ka S, and silent ka S. So when this S word is repeated, S sound is repeated 3 times, we can say that the poet has used alliteration in this line. Now we come to the meaning part. The alliteration is used to have a musical effect in the line. And now we come to the meaning part. When to the sessions of sweet silent thought. Sessions is a word that we generally use with courts. सेशन कोर्ट जैसा बोलते हैं ना, सेशन कोर्ट, वहाँ का सम्मन आया है, इस तरह की चीज़ें. तो वेन टू द सेशन, सेशंस मीन्स पीरियड्स, पीरियड्स मीन्स टाइम्स. वेन इन द टाइम्स ऑफ थॉट, वेन द पोएट इज इन ए थॉटफुल मूड, और थॉटफुल मूड भी कैसा, स्वीट एंड साइलेंट. वेन द पोएट सेज दैट वेन ही सिट्स इन ए साइलेंट एनवायरमेंट and sweet thoughts abound in his mind, in such periods, the poet says, I summon up. Summon up means call. बुलावा होता है ना कोर्ट का, तो it's as if the poet has made a court session and he summons in that court, अपने उसमें setup में, उस environment में, he summons up, he calls up remembrance of past things, the things that have already taken place, जो हो चुकी ऐसी चीज़ें, पुरानी चीज़ों की यादें, पुरानी बातों की यादें. The poet says, I summon up, I recall, I remember. Then what happens? He says, when I remember past things, I sigh. Sigh means ah bharna. He laments. The lack of many a thing I sought. I sought. Sought is second form of seek. S-E-E-K. So seek means to search, to try to find out something. So sought is many things I tried to find in my life. So I sigh, I lament, I regret the lack of many a thing. बहुत सारी चीज़ों की कमी. Lack means कमी. The things he wanted in his life and could not find. So many he remembers them. When you go in your memories of past, what do you remember? Good things, and then the bad things also come in your mind. So he says, I sought many things in my life. I tried to find many things, tried to achieve many things in my life, but I could not get them, and therefore I sigh for them. I regret them. I lament them. I express my sorrow for them. And with old woes, woe means sorrow. New wail, wail means also sorrow, dukh. My dear times waste. My dear time is waste. Dear has a pun. Pun is again a figure of speech, which means when you have more than one meaning of a word, you call it pun. When it's actually a play on words. शब्दों से थोड़ा सा खेलना, एक से ज़्यादा मीनिंग अगर किसी वर्ड का निकलता है तो उसको हम पन बोलते हैं. इट्स ए फिगर ऑफ स्पीच, अलंकार होता है ये. तो माई डियर टाइम्स वेस्ट. डियर मीन्स एक तो यू नो प्रिय, एंड द सेकेंड मीनिंग इज कॉस्टली. सो ही सेज टाइम इज वेरी प्रीशियस. Time is very costly. Time, the precious time is wasted. The dear time is wasted. Why dear? Because the memories that he remembers are very precious to him. They are very dear to him. He has already told that sweet silent thought. तो thoughts कैसे हैं उसके लिए sweet थे. तो dear time is wasted on pondering over these sweet silent thought. Or what happens then? With old woes, with old sorrows, when he thinks of past, so old sorrows, new wail, नए दुख भी उनके साथ साथ ऐड हो जाते हैं. New wails are added with the old woes. अब देखिए इसमें भी W is repeated 3 times. So we can say there is a fine note of alliteration in the last line of the first stanza. Old woes with new wail, my dear times waste. Now we move to the second stanza, and he says then matlab tab means when he remembers the old things, when he remembers many things which he tried to find in life and could not find, and new sorrows are also added. Then uske baad, then I can drown an eye. Drown an eye means aankhein bhar aana, that is to say weep. Then I weep. My eyes are drowned. तो drown means डूबना, आंखें डूबना मतलब आंसू भरे हैं उसमें. तो then I can drown an eye unused to flow. Generally the poet says I am not used to flow. My eyes are not used to shed tears. But he says I drown my eye. किसके लिए? For precious friends hid in death's dateless night. When he remembers his precious friends who are hidden, hid means hidden, in death's night. Death is compared with a night, and the night भी कैसी? Dateless. Dateless means timeless. Timeless means endless. जो endless night है death की, in that dateless night of death, the poet's precious friends are hidden. That is to say, he remembers his precious friends who are no more, who are dead. Then he starts weeping, and weep afresh. और फिर से रोता है. Afresh means weeping once again. Love's long since cancelled woe. Woe means sorrow. Long since cancelled means the time when his friends actually died At that time, he has already lamented, he has already wept for them, but now he weeps afresh. लॉन्ग सिंस कैंसल्ड, वो तब रो करके जो कैंसिल हो गया था वो उसको एज इफ ही इज इन ए फ्रेश मैनर वीप्स. एंड मोन, मोन मीन्स एक्सप्रेस सोरो, दुख प्रकट करना. तो एंड मोन द एक्सपेंस, एक्सपेंस मीन्स खर्चा. आई एक्सपेंस ऑफ मैनी ए वेनिस्ड साइट. और ये मैनी ए वेनिस्ड, वेनिस्ड मीन्स डिसअपियर्ड साइट. तो किसकी साइट डिसअपियर हो गई है? फ्रेंड्स की. द फ्रेंड्स हु आर नो मोर विजिबल नाउ, उनका एक्सपेंस उसको ही वंस अगेन सफर्स, वंस अगेन मोन्स और लेमेंट्स. देन वी मूव टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेंजा. देन I can grieve at grievances foregone. Foregone means already suffered, already tolerated. So then I grieve. Grieve means to express sorrow, to lament. फिर मैं दुख प्रकट करता हूँ at grievances. Grievances means you can say complaints of life. तो मैं उन सारी कंप्लेंट्स पर फिर से ग्रीव करता हूँ, फिर से लेमेंट करता हूँ. कैसी ग्रीवांसेस? कैसे कंप्लेंट्स ऑफ लाइफ विच आर ऑलरेडी फॉरगॉन, विच आर ऑलरेडी गॉन. एंड हैवीली, विद ए हैवी हार्ट, फ्रॉम वो टू वो, फ्रॉम वन सोरो टू अनदर सोरो, आई टेल ओवर मीन्स आई काउंट. टेल ओवर मीन्स काउंट. आई वंस अगेन काउंट द सैड अकाउंट ऑफ फोर bemoaned mourn. For bemoaned means which he had already lamented, which he had already mourned, जिनको वो पहले से मौन कर चुका, दुख प्रकट कर चुका था. ऐसे मोन्स को, सैड अकाउंट को वो फिर से टेल ओवर करता है, फिर से काउंट करता है. मीन्स वंस अगेन ही रिमेंबर्स देम एंड वंस अगेन ही एक्सप्रेसेस हिज सॉरो विच आई न्यू पे. ये जो मोन है, ये जो सैड अकाउंट है किसका? दुखों का. इसको विच आई न्यू पे, आई पे इट एज इफ इट वर ए डेट. जैसे ये कर्जा हो, किनके लिए? उन दोस्तों के लिए हु आर हिडन इन द डेथ्स डेथलेस नाइट. तो ही सेज आई न्यू पे द लेमेंटेशन एज इफ नॉट पेड बिफोर. जैसे मैंने पहले तो पे किया ही नहीं था. एज इफ ही हैड नॉट लेमेंटेड एट द टाइम ऑफ हिज डेथ और देयर डेथ. उनके मरने पर, although the poet says he has already wept, he has already shed tears, he had already lamented, but when he once again remembers the sad loss of his friends, so he says he once again weeps, and when he weeps he feels as if he has not wept for them when they actually died. नए सिरे से, जैसे कोई डेट, कोई कर्जा उन्होंने चुकाया हो, ऐसा. बट अब आप देखिए, ही रिमेंबर्स दीज लॉसेज ऑफ लाइफ इन दीज 3 स्टेंजाज. बट ए लिविंग फ्रेंड इज सो प्रीशियस, इतना कीमती है. कितना कीमती है उसको आप देखिए. इन द लास्ट 2 लाइन्स द पोएट कंक्लूड्स दैट ए लिविंग फ्रेंड इज वेरी वेरी precious. He says, but if the while means the moment, if the moment, the moment I think on thee, when I think of you. And who is this you? This is W.H. or Earl of Southampton, who was a friend and patron to the poet. When I think on thee, dear friend, when I think of you, dear friend, all losses are restored. Whatever losses in his life he has suffered, maybe the achievements he could not achieve in his life, maybe the friends the death snatched away from him, वो सारे losses, the poet says, all losses are restored and sorrows come to an end. Sorrows come to an end. कब? When I think on thee, when I think of you. This is the power of true friendship. This is the power of a living friend. कि all the losses of life are compensated when you think of friend. So the poet tries to give you an idea that friends in our life are very very important. They have this soothing effect, and we should know the value of true friends. because in our later lives, they will be our assets. They will be our saviors. They will be our, you can say, grace of life. So always remember that you should always preserve, you should always cherish your friends, and you should cherish the friendship. That is all for today. Thank you very much. If you have any queries, if you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me. Thank you.